So a month ago, I made this video talking about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and in that video, I used this fan art for a box-covered Pokemon game, and this got me curious what else the internet had to offer. So today, I thought I would go online, find some fan art for Pokemon games, and then give you my subpar thoughts on them based on the box art they designed. This was a bad idea. Up first, we have Pokemon Pitch Black and Pure White. Now this box cover is too good to be fan-made, as it actually looks like something Game Freak would do for the Gen 5 remakes. Then we have Pokemon Yin and Yang, and honestly this fan cover looks like the beta version of what Pokemon Black and White would have been before they went through the whole editing process and redesigns. Next up we have Pokemon Fallen Thrones and Rising Flags. And while the games are pretty badass, they're too weird to be mainline Pokemon games. Not only that, the legendaries seem kinda trash if I'm being completely honest. This fan cover looks like it was made on Samsung. It is so illegible, I can't even read what the game is called. However, the one part that I can read is the name of the franchise, which is apparently some Chinese bootleg called Pokemon. Pokemon Uranium version. Now this title seems fitting, as the Pokemon used in this box cover look like they survived a nuclear holocaust. Here we have a little something retro, Pokemon Outlaw for the Game Boy Advance. But wait, there's more. This is something only the adults can enjoy, as it's rated teen, and it is 100% a legit Pokemon game. Pokemon Sam's Club and Pokemon Costco. I have no clue what Costco is, so I think I'm gonna pick Pokemon Sam's Club for my playthrough. Pokemon Xenoverse. I don't know what the Xenoverse is, but those don't look like Pokemon. They look more like Digimon, or what are those monsters called from Yokai Watch called? They look more like those than actual Pokemon. Pokemon Cursed. Once again, very retro. You got it on the Game Boy Advance. This time, they decided that T wasn't a mature enough rating. They had to put M right on the cover, so now nobody can play it except for those that were there when Pokemon first came out. Here we have the holy trio of Pokemon, Pokemon Sword, Pokemon Shield, and Pokemon Gun. I had a dark joke that I wanted to make, but Gen Z wouldn't approve of it, so instead I'm just gonna slap a picture of a Barbie doll and we'll see what happens next. Pokemon Black 3 and Pokemon White 3. Once again, these are way too good to be fan covers. These look like something Game Freak would and should develop. Hell, I want to play Pokemon Black 3, Pokemon Pure White. Hell, I would even take a Pokemon Legends Kyurem for crying out loud. I want to know what its true form to look like. There's just so much potential Gen 5 had. It's one of my favorite generations and it is highly underrated. Pokemon CVS and Pokemon Walgreens. This is like comparing mud and clay. I can't tell a damn difference between the two. So I guess it's Pokemon. Pokemon Monochrome and Pokemon Rainbow. Honestly, I can't really complain too much on these. These actually look legit. However, I will rant a little bit on the box cover legendary for Pokemon Rainbow, because compared to Monochrome, that is too sick not to pick. That is badass right there. And speaking of badass, we have Pokemon My. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to censor that. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. The FBI is definitely knocking on my door now. Pokemon Hulu and Pokemon Netflix. Now this is like comparing quality content to Netflix. There's really no competition. Pokemon PS5 and Pokemon Xbox. Hang on, wait. I need to edit this. This has potential. Hang on, I just need to do a little bit of editing. There we go. That's what Pokemon Black and White should have been. Pokemon Mario and Pokemon Sonic. Nintendo basically just gave up and decided to mash all their franchises together in one final game before they go bankrupt. Pokemon Legends Bidoof. I know the Bidoof hype. I've hopped on that train before. I know he's the absolute Chad, but I still don't think he deserves his own game. That said, I would still pick this over Legends Arceus any day. Pokemon Mommy Issues and Pokemon Daddy Issues. Honestly, that's what the box cover for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet should have been. Arven was the best character in those games, tell me otherwise. And lastly, we have Pokemon Legends Celebi. Now while this fan cover might not be all that funny or interesting on the surface, this creator went above and beyond and made a full-on gameplay trailer showcasing the whole concept. So obviously we gotta take a look at that. Alright, we got some unknown on the screen. Yeah, I don't really speak unknown, so I can't decipher that message. Okay, the introduction's very vibrant, lots of color. The fact that they made this while Legends Arceus was being released is really... I'll give them props on that. However, it definitely needs some polishing. Like, if Okay, yeah, I'm noticing a lot of Johto poke. Oh, Froakie! Wait, okay, alright, so those are the starters. Alright. Honestly, the graphics kind of remind me of Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Once again, just, it needs to be polished a bit. Yeah, that animation, not perfect, but this is still far better than anything I could ever do. And we got Celebi. Yeah. Oh, is this where we're gonna get... Okay, is this where we're gonna get the fan art? Oh, there it is. Here are the evolutions. Wait. Okay, Blaziken is OP! No! Okay, yeah, that... Okay, the starters alone prove that the whole thing is fake. There is no way in hell. Okay, I don't care about anything else. I don't care how cool Altaria looks. They would never make Blaziken electric and fire type. He'd be too OP. He would be able to beat both Torterra and Greninja. They both wouldn't stand a chance. He'd be the obvious choice and the favorites. Like, this isn't the first time I've seen people talk about how Blaziken should be a fire and electric type. It's just... Oh, Shadow Lugia. Yeah, okay, screw Shadow Lugia for a second. Blaziken will never be a fire and electric type. It would be too OP, and there would be none of the other Pokemon would have a chance. And I get that the evolutions are really cool and stuff, but honestly, I'm just kind of pissed about Blaziken right now. Okay, alright, so the trailer, far better than anything I could ever make. I'll give them props, that is incredible that they went above and beyond. But it definitely needed a lot of polishing. Specifically, Blaziken cannot be a fire and electric type if Greninja is only a rock and water type. Blaziken would be able to beat both of the other two. It wouldn't be even a competition. Torterra looks sick, a fairy and grass type. I like that. I think they should actually do that at some point for one of the grass starters. But Blaziken, there will never be a fire and electric type. And I don't know what kind of crack this person was smoking, but it's just not good. Well, there's not a lot I can say after all that. Game Freak, if you're watching this, please put this guy on your team and let's get those Gen 5 remakes out ASAP.